Hello and welcome to FPL Calm. As you can see, there's no team draft on display here. You see, there's a BBC interview this week with Fabio Carvalho and the Brentford FC mental health professional. And they're sat outside on a bench, and the latter was saying you just can't beat fresh air and either sitting or walking with someone, and therefore the more little places to sit in the great outdoors, the better. So here we are on a bench by this very scenic pond. I realise now I needn't have filmed it as I have. The water is that still. I may as well have taken a photo, but there we are, very authentic. So, game week 1 begins. I hope it goes really well for you, and if not, it's entirely understandable because there have been so many unknowns approaching this season, and yet by the end of the game week we'll likely see some of these unknowns answered so emphatically that we'll forget they were questions in the first place, and we'll start settling upon thinking how wrong we were not to judge everything perfectly beforehand. So what I'm doing here is listing some of these currently unanswerable questions. I'm recording this on Friday, so that listening back after the game week, it'll be a reminder of how elusive some things still were to us, even as late as Friday itself. We haven't known any of these things, and so no one should feel too bad if Game Week 1's test flight has proven a little turbulent. So let's start with a really big unknown. Do any of us know how well any of the 9 teams with new managers will perform? That's half the league. Of course we don't. Do any of us know how well any of the teams with European tournament football, especially if it's new to them, will handle the additional commitments and pressure? Certainly not. Do any of us know how well any of the newly promoted teams will perform? And how much they will even resemble themselves after a summer's transfer business? All of that old data, very, very hard to judge anything by. And speaking of transfers, are any of us able to state even a single team's starting 11 after a summer's transfer business? Very difficult. This is impossible. Can any of us predict any evolution whatsoever in the league's current style of play this year? And I'll finish with this one, but there are plenty more unknowns. Can any of us pinpoint even a single player's match fitness, confidence, or mental health? The players themselves probably couldn't easily judge that. So, there we are. I do hope it proves to be a great start to the season for you, but if not, it's fine. Give yourself plenty of leeway and brush any discouragement away. Turn instead to something that will bring you joy this weekend. Maybe we should all do as Tony Mowbray of Blackburn Rovers would do and fill our garages with chocolate bars. I think Snickers for me, maybe, or Bounties. And yeah, there'll be plenty of season ahead to do well, and by the end you'll certainly have beaten me. Anyway, speak soon.